All right, it's December 4th. It's a Monday, about 12:40 p.m. in the afternoon on the West Coast, and just wrapped up my live recording session for the day. For anyone new, this is just where I'm simply recording my trading journey on my Apex accounts. I've currently got 4 PA accounts, and I'm working on, I believe, 8 or so evaluations, and no trade today. I started a little bit late, around 7 to 7:10. I usually start closer to 6:40, 6:45, 6:50. And yeah, just actually not too much to say today overall. So let me just get into it right now and keep this as short as possible. So today, before I started, there was a big 2 legs down, and I didn't start my day until somewhere around here. And I wasn't really sure what the market was doing at that point. I was kind of thinking maybe there's going to be this big leg down. And then when it started moving down again, I wasn't really sure if this was going to try to retest up here one more time or if it was going to give a second leg down. So I made a measured move, never got anywhere near that. And early on, there was a OJ that I skipped right here. Let me make this big. So, it's kind of a little bit confusing because I had this trend down. We had to break a new low already. And then we got caught up in some kind of back and forth rangy action. And so when this OJ happened, it was actually a second entry short on the engulfing. If you look at it that way, I mean, on bigger picture, it's kind of like first entry short, second entry short failed. So I don't know. But what I was worried about was that it would trigger the OJ and then it would be a failed breakout and come back up and retest these. So, and the way this bar kind of immediately showed some bullish strength kind of furthered my concern about a potential failed breakout of that. And since we already had the break in new low, there wasn't really a contextual reason to go short other than it was just, the day had already been very bearish. So there was reason to take it. I ended up skipping it just because the range kind of made me get off of it. And this bullish bar made me get off of it. Would have worked, just would have had to wait a few bars for this to kind of do its thing. And it probably would have even gotten maybe, no, I think my runner would have got taken out here on this bar, I believe. And then the rest of the day, we had to move down. And there was just a lot of range action here, range. No setups on Nlts, no setups on PATs that I could take. I am considering trying to take, just what I'll call LRs, which is just limit range, either by the support or by the resistance or sell the resistance. And there were some opportunities to do that, but I didn't want to buy on a day like this that was so bearish. But I also didn't want to sell when we got this low because it felt like maybe the selling was over and it was kind of losing steam, and which it did because then it made this really big move up. I had to stop and pause around 8:40. I stopped when it was kind of in this range area. I think when I was here, I had it more like this, and then I moved it to there. Anyway, so I had stopped and didn't come back until about prices around here, around 9:30 or so, and just wasn't seeing any trades. Again, at this point, it looked like we were in a bullish channel of some kind. I wasn't sure if it was just this and a break and new high, or this seemed to kind of be confirmed. It wasn't really clear to me. And so then when this broke, it wasn't really clear to me if I was looking for longs to retest the high or not. I was kind of considering buying here, the LR for the support. I didn't do it. It would have worked by a single tick for 8 ticks or 6 ticks, but I didn't do it. And then really there was nothing else to consider other than once we got in this range, there's a lot of opportunities to sell the highs here multiple times. and there were two opportunities to buy the support here. All of them would have worked. And even here could have sold, and even here could have sold. And all of those would have worked until if you tried it here, I would have had my stops over these wicks. So this would have been a stop out if I had tried it at this point here. So I counted something like 4 or 5 or 6 opportunities really for trades in there that all would have worked. Really want to start trying to get in on those. And now this is funny because when I just stopped around just before 1240, I was saying usually when I stop, that's when there's a move, and I was trying to wait for it to see if I would get a trading opportunity. I don't really see any setups according to my NLTS setup that I would have taken, but there's the move that I was kind of expecting. I felt like it would choose a direction one way or the other to go into the close. So that's really it for me today. Sending 1% discount still going on for Apex. If you're looking to buy any evaluations, use this code or any other. I recommend waiting for an 80 or 90%. And here's all my stats as far as I've been on YouTube. And as far as management of the accounts, I'm looking to trade accounts 4 and 5 on my PAs on MES at the same time. Going to trade 6 scalps and 2 runners on those. And then I'm not trading these yet. And then for the evaluations, I'd be trading them all at this point because I don't have a lot of trading days left in December. Missed a ton of the last couple weeks because I've been sick. Yesterday and today are the first days I'm starting to feel better. You can hear it in my voice. I'm starting to lose it. So I should have, the next 4 days of this week solid to hopefully trade most of the day. And next week I only have Monday through Thursday, I believe. And I think even actually there's a day, maybe it's this Friday, where I lose a big chunk of my morning and maybe all of it after the first couple hours. So I'll do the best I can. My hope and goal is to just pass as many of these evaluations as I can before the renewals. This number 24 was a free account that renews earlier. I think it renews on the 12th. So that's next week. So I'm not going to let that renew. So it's either pass or fail. And maybe I'll just take a chance to YOLO it at some point. It'd have to be a huge YOLO to make $9,000. And I think that covers it. And that's everything for now. There wasn't really just a whole lot of opportunity, but I'll apologize now if you do go over and watch my live session today. It's a really long recording, over 2 hours. And considering there's no trades, this was the one really good opportunity. And then I was recording a lot in here because I was really tempted to short at the top and really tempted to buy at the lows here, as well as some of these other ones. So I decided I'm going to let things record a little bit longer than I had been. It's just hard to try to record only for when you're going to take a trade and not for when a lot of thinking or analyzing is going on, or just kind of talking out loud and thinking about what's going on. So I'm just going to record a lot, and that way if a setup does happen, it's a little bit easier for me to not have to worry about that and can just concentrate on what I'm doing for the trade and for the setup. So there's that move. I was thinking it was going to break out over here, and it didn't happen over here, but I had the right idea. The breakout to the long is kind of what I thought. And to me, the reason it happened was because I think this was legitimate, and ultimately it did ultimately have to retest that. So I had removed it at one point in my live session, and then I put it back towards the end because I just decided, it keeps trying to go lower, and it couldn't. And I think the reason it couldn't was because of that in my mind. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I've said it all. 9.5 minutes for a flat day, no trades. Really, it's just been boring stuff for me. I've limited time recently, and then today, just nothing really set up the way I was hoping for. So I'm going to start taking these trades, and they're smaller risk and just going for it. There's really no reason for me not to at this point. I'll either help the PAs or blow them, but either way, they're not in good shape, and there's no point in just holding on the PAs just to have them. And I'm not going to get to payout before the end of the year, which was my original goal. So now my goal is to just pass as many evaluations as I can, and so I can have as many backups for the PAs as possible. And then in the new year, I'd like to just be more aggressive overall and trade the PAs and just go for it. And, hopefully have one or two more PAs in my back pocket so I can just trade these four and go for payouts and, really just concentrate on trying to move forward on that. So that's it. And thanks for watching. Please like or subscribe if you like anything I'm doing. If any of this is interesting to you, follow me on my journey, and we'll see if I can take these accounts to any payouts at all, or anywhere, or just I'll show it all, good or bad. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.